Honestly, you'd microchip your kids if you could, right? We practically microchip everything these days. Your dog, your phone, your keys, and you should. These things are important to you. But even though your teen may drive you crazy some days, I know you love her more than you love your keys. You want to keep her safe from the crazy people and dangers of this world. And even though some experts believe that we'll all be microchipped in the near future, there's no need to take such drastic measures today. Your teen has already done it for you. Yes, this device, your iPhone, can actually be very helpful in keeping your teen safe. Of course, it can pose a lot of threats, but that's a different conversation for a different day. And you know, it might as well be implanted in their skin because they never leave home without it. So here are 5 smartphone apps that you can use to help keep your teen safe. The first app I want to talk to you about is Life 360. It has a 5-star review on iTunes, and basically this creates a family circle where you can see the GPS location of everyone in your circle through their smartphones. You know, members of your circle can turn off their location. You want to talk to your kids in advance to make sure they're not turning it off so you can't track their whereabouts. There are several versions of this application. One is a free version and there's 2 paid versions. But for purposes of this video, I want to talk about the cool features that the free version offers. It's really cool. Your teenagers are probably going to hate me, and I'm really thankful they didn't have this app back in my day. But you enter people in your circle and you're able to track their location as they are able to track your location. You can put in your family, whoever you want to be in your family to track, for them to track you as well as you to track them. Notice here in my circle I only have my wife listed here, so it has her there and I'm below, and it really cool too, it shows the percentage of her battery life as well as mine. So, you know, if you're on the other end and your teenager's out, you can look at your teenager's phone and tell if their battery is about to die. You can actually send them a message about that within the app. And if I'm sending it to my wife who's in my circle, I can say, hey, your battery's about to die, or, you know, go charge your battery or whatnot. If I click on Erica, it will tell me what time she got home. And it actually even tell me her driving history all from earlier today. If you look down, it tells me how fast she was going in certain locations. So this is really cool for tracking your teenagers. Again, they're not going to like me very much, but it's a very useful app. Now, you'll see here it says under family, there's the caregivers, which could be babysitters. So if you're like our family, we have a lot of babysitters, and so they may be taking our kids here and there. So what you can do is enter their circle, they have it on their app, and then you can track their whereabouts when they're taking your kids out and so forth. Now, once they're done, what they can do is turn off their location sharing so you're not tracking them afterwards. So that's a really cool feature for any family that has, you know, kids where they're being babysat quite a bit. The second app is called Blase. This essentially sends an alarm signal when you're in danger to people you have designated as guardians. Your location, a live video stream, will be sent to them from your phone. There's also a feature where you can activate an audio alarm that will ward off potentially dangerous people. Guardians do not have to have the app to be contacted by you. Now, the drawbacks with this app, a few of the reviewers out there, they didn't give it a 5-star review because they say it's a battery drain, and there's also some glitches. Now, whether that's been resolved at this time, I don't know, but it did not get a 5-star review for that reason. This essentially sends an alarm signal when you're in danger to the people you have designated as your guardians. The location and a live video stream will be sent to them from your phone. For example, say I'm walking out of the mall. It's approaching me and I feel unsafe. I'll press SOS, and what it does, the alarm is going off 3, 2, 1, and it's going to be the audio is recording as well as a video stream is recording, and it's being sent to my guardian. So all that information has just been sent to my guardian who I've designated, and they're going to see that audio as well as the video live stream. Okay, the last app I want to talk to you about is Noonlight. The idea behind this is you hold this button that says hold until safe until you get to an area where you do feel safe. Say, for instance, your teenager is at the mall. I'm not sure what kids do these days, but I'm assuming they go to the mall or they do something, go to the movies or something like that. But let's say they leave the mall, they're walking to their car, and what they do is as soon as they leave the mall, they'll hold this button down and it appears red. And then once they get in a safe location, such as their car, they'll release the button and they'll type in their code and it'll turn it off. Okay? Let me give you another example. Let's say, for instance, your teenager's walking out of the mall and they're holding this button and they're abducted. God forbid, we don't want that happening, but let's say that it does happen. They drop their phone. Well, it's going to release, and if they don't put in their PIN within 10 seconds, this is going to start tracking their location as well as notifying the police. So let me show you what happens. You can cancel the alarm or talk to 911. I'm going to cancel it, and then you got to go back and hit your PIN again. So if you don't do any of that, if you don't cancel the alarm, it's going to notify the police. And look at this. You get a text from this lady named Karen, and she says, I can see that you've canceled your emergency, and I'm glad you're okay. I've canceled your alarm. Have a great rest of your day. Pretty cool. And this app costs $2.99 a month. So this is not one of the free apps, but as you can tell, it can be very useful in a dangerous situation. When your teen is on his own, there's a lot that can go wrong, even with responsible teens. These apps can help you keep better track of your teen and get your teen help in a dangerous situation. Now, if there's other apps that you use that are equally as helpful, please let us know. Leave a comment below about those apps. Of course, I've been talking about teens, but these apps are really useful for all of us. Thanks for tuning in. Next week, we're going to be talking about issues related to fall sports. You don't want to miss it. I'm Blase and Zena with Murphy's Law and Dunn. Just remember, what can go wrong doesn't have to.